The events that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, confesses to the week of September 8th and Sally Spectra's, Courtney Hope, terrified arrival at the large Abbott.com launch party are both seen in Young and the Restless. Additionally, Michael Graziati's character Daniel Romalotti is coming clean to someone. Additionally, there is some content involving Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, and Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. It's all positive. To get back to the spoiler, where Sally is astonished since it's so big, we'll start with Claire and Holden. Claire has grown weary of Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, by the conclusion of this week. This week, Claire and Audra fight in front of Holden and go off on each other. He is obviously Team Claire, even though he is playing referee. When Claire had a drink or two, or five, with Holden, Audra rolled up to criticize her. Audra went on to say that she wished Claire had broken up with Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, because he is dishonest and unfaithful. Claire retaliated against Audra because she is aware that she was dumped by Nate Hastings, seen Dominic for lying to Nate and making that shady deal with Victor Newman, Eric Braden. Additionally, Audra was yelling at her ex-boyfriend Holden, accusing him of making fun of Claire by using outdated pickup lines. He didn't like that boy. He already had feelings for Claire and was over Audra. Holden warned Audra to keep his distance, since he is undoubtedly picking sides and getting involved. Then Claire used the B word, which I understand. Claire tried to poison all the Newmans, but Audra knows her horrible past, so she retaliated when Claire said that everyone thought she was so innocent. Maybe Kyle should be the one to open his eyes about Claire, rather than the other way around, Audra remarked. I'll give Audra credit for her ability to plot, but she needs to keep an eye on Claire, because she is the more dangerous of the two. But there might be more to Audra than meets the eye, perhaps even a little of danger in her past. Claire was tired of Audra. After hurling one more slur, she strode off. Holden truly likes Claire, but he had no reason to stay and talk to Audra, so he went after her while she was obviously intoxicated. Holden and Claire are discussing what transpired in Los Angeles at the park the next week. We've been hearing about this for the past 8 or 9 months, I think. We learned about this as soon as we met Holden. Regarding Tucker McCall, Trevor Street John, there was an incident in La where Holden assisted Audra with something. While Audra was with Tucker, Holden helped her get out of some sort of a predicament. Claire is really interested in what happened in the past, so Holden is sharing this information with her. Holden claims that his and Audra's actions weren't entirely lawful, which implies that they were unlawful and hence criminal. Claire wants to know whether Holden is attempting to protect Audra, himself, or both of them with his actions. She'll probably pull the information out of him. Holden confides in Claire that he fears she will no longer view him in the same light once she learns the truth about what transpired. However, I do believe Holden will tell Claire the truth about his relationship with Audra. I simply wonder whether it's something significant and shady enough for Claire to use against Young and the Restless as a kind of blackmail. If Claire shares the information with Kyle once she extracts it from Holden, it may be sufficient to try to get Audra out of Genoa City, as we know Kyle intends to do. However, Claire might use that information herself rather than jeopardize Holden's trust in that manner. Additionally, we haven't seen Daniel and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, in a minute, but they are growing closer. Daniel told his father, Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, that he has love for Tessa, and Tessa has previously stated that her marriage to Maria Copeland, Cameron Grimes, is essentially ended. Next month also marks the wedding of Danny and Christine Cricket Blair, Laura Lee Bell. Additionally, Danny asked Michael Graziati's character Daniel to be his best man. It appears that Daniel may perform a song during Danny and Christine's wedding. Tessa is blown away when she hears the song. She tells Daniel that she is excited to see how delighted his father, Danny, will be when Daniel performs his first song for him. Tessa seems like a strong candidate to be the wedding guest. Tessa is also informed by Daniel that she created the music and lyrics and transformed the chords into something lovely. Daniel adds, the song is beautiful like Tessa. Going one step further, after being ignored by her wife for some time, she appears to be very moved by Daniel's remarks. Her ego is likely to benefit greatly from this. Okay, so I've kept the most thrilling part until last. Sally has organized a lavish launch party with a 1950s theme for Abbott.com, the new business she is the CEO of. Although he and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, are the Abbotts in the company name, she is the boss and she playfully invited Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, to be her plus one. She reserved society for the event. For the launch party, Sally planned everything, including the decor, food, and beverages. In order for Billy to understand how hard Sally has been working to get everything organized, she told her boyfriend. Then, the next week, she and Billy are caught off guard by something crazy. As Sally and Billy enter society, they sort of declare, "We're here." A room full of people is expected, but only one person is present. When Sally discovers that the space is vacant and not furnished as she had intended, she is appalled. As if someone had canceled her launch entirely, she says, "Billy, whoa, wait a minute. It was meant to be fully furnished. Where is everyone?" The lone man there is then seen. At the bar, party crasher Kane Ashby remarks, "Hey guys, glad you both made it. I was beginning to worry." Thus, it is clear that he did this. Keep in mind that Kane just had a heated disagreement with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, who intervened and ruined his opportunity with Lily Winters, Crystal Collell. He was claiming to have stopped the takeover stuff, which is a fiction he's attempting to sell all around town, and he was making some headway with Lily. Then Phyllis enters and simply paints him as dishonest. Kane is enraged. At Phyllis, he was shouting. Now that he is more determined, he will never collaborate with her. Furthermore, Kane is opposed to joining forces with Victor to attack Jabot in an attempt to overthrow the Abbotts. Victor can still leak information about Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, to the media, though, and claim that he was defrauding the woman of her fortune. We don't know how he accomplished it, but we do know that he did inherit. The Young and the Restless's unpredictable universe is still developing, and next week's spoilers promise shocking scenes and transformative discoveries. Kane Ashby is about to make a confession that could rock his entire life, while Sally Spectra, who was previously the epitome of ambition and control, will find herself caught in an unanticipated nightmare. These beloved characters will experience an increase in intensity, a rise in the stakes, and an emotional toll. The spoilers for next week offer an exciting look at the mayhem that lies ahead as Sally and Kane work through situations that have the potential to completely alter their lives. Genoa City is set to produce more drama than ever before, including heartache, terror, and startling admissions. Let's get started. Despite her difficult past, Sally Spectra has managed to forge a prosperous career and gain the affection of many people, making her a formidable force to be reckoned with. Although she has frequently been in the spotlight due to her ambition, her personal life has been chaotic. But her strength will soon be put to the test in more ways than simply her relationships. Sally is going to have a nightmare next week that she never anticipated. The most horrifying collision between Sally's personal professional lives is about to occur, as hinted at in the spoilers. According to early rumors, she will experience a tragic personal betrayal, which will cause her meticulously planned life to fall apart. The consequences of someone close to Sally, possibly someone she has a great deal of faith in, turning on her will be disastrous. Although the specifics of this treachery are still unknown, its severity is horrifying. This betrayal will be more devastating than anything she has ever encountered for a lady who takes pride in her ability to think strategically. Will it be a business partner's treachery, a lover's deceit, or something more intimate? There is no doubt that Sally's worst nightmare is about to come true, and her response will be nothing short of cataclysmic. As Sally struggles with the fallout from this betrayal, fans can anticipate seeing her in a state of terror and sorrow. Will it break her spirit, or will it make her stronger? Sally's resilience will be put to the test as a result of this emotional spiral, which will also affect those around her. How will Adam and Nick Newman, her allies, respond to Sally's problems? Will their own personal ambitions make things more difficult, and how far will they go to help her? Next week, Sally will experience a nightmare that will have a profound impact on her life. Kane Ashby is getting ready to make a revelation that might alter everything while Sally copes with her horror. Known for his honesty and devotion, Kane has always been a pillar of support for everyone around him. But his most recent discovery will upend not just his entire world, but also the lives of those closest to him. It's time for Kane to face the consequences of his confession, which has been bothering him for a while. According to next week's spoilers, Kane will finally reveal a long-kept secret that has been bothering him for months. This revelation is not a simple lie. If it is discovered, it might have devastating effects on Kane's relationships, job, and future in Genoa City.